Morning, folks. So we're gonna resurface this driveway. I did spray weed killer on it, but we've had so much rain it's nearly impossible to keep up with. And I'm gonna show you, this is gonna take several passes back and forth, and I'm gonna set that so with the front cutting edges just above the surface, because I don't want to carry material. I don't have any potholes. I don't have any washouts in our driveway here. But what, like up here, you know, and this is typical with any 8-10 foot wide driveway, you basically run in the same exact tire track up and down within a few inches every time. So we're just gonna make, and this is what I'm trying to show you, is right here. If you look, see, I did just a couple little test passes, and see how that's bringing all of that dust back up to the top. And the rear blade pitched back a little bit in grading mode. The rear blade is basically doing all the work here. Now, I am going to carry some material, obviously, but a handful of passes up and down like this should actually bring this back to life. Now, if you're watching, where it's dark back here is where the box blade has made contact. Okay, now, I'm not an expert by any means, but this is the best way to resurface this driveway. This, as you can see, this is actually bringing up all those fines, all that dust back to the surface, and I'm redistributing. Now, what I was talking about was my truck parks right there, so when I leave in the morning, I come out and I make a hard left, and this starts to berm here. Now, I'm getting that berm just about out. It's going to take, I don't know how many, 4 or 5 more trips maybe, because what I got to do is start getting some of that dust incorporated into that stone that filled that hole in. But you got to just pay attention to the back and see. Now, I did pick up some material, but now I'm set up pretty good here to put this down. See how that just dropped right out there in that low spot. Now I want to set her down here a little bit because I got some in the center. And with each pass, you see that light gray area start disappearing. And my wife is texting me. I guess I better check. That's borderline an emergency to her because yeah. Okay. She's probably mad because I'm not giving her real answers, but it's not like I'm just sitting on the couch watching TV. So trying to show you guys this stuff because these are things I learned. Now, again, 4 years ago, I did this driveway with my 2025 and a 4-foot box blade. I didn't know what I was doing. It still looked like $1 million when I got done because there's just something special about new stone down on a driveway. But truth was, I didn't really know what I was doing. Now you see, with that pass, we got a little bit more dust down on that light gray area, and it takes time. But also, by doing it this way, you're not overworking it, because you can actually overwork crusher run to the point where you actually separate the stones from the stone dust. All right, let me show you a couple of things that I've been rambling on about, because I'm honestly just trying to teach you guys how to do this right. If you look at where that front cutting edge, I've got it maybe half, 3/4 of an inch high. Okay, now look at what we've done here. Do you see all the dust at the surface? I mean, this is what you're trying to do. Now, the reason I'm trying to tell you to do it this method, and the stone is actually getting pushed down in, the reason I'm trying to tell you this, if I ran with the front cutting edge, if I pulled that top link in and made that cut, all I'm going to do is fill the box up with material. When you drive around with a full box of this crusher run, it's rolling around in there, and the only thing you're actually doing is separating the stone dust or the fines from the stone itself. I mean, this is actually just so nice now. With that stone dust is right there at the surface. This is pretty much what I was looking for. There's still just a little bit of light gray on that right side tire track, so I might actually make a few more runs up and down there. I did not need the scarifiers for this, just so you guys are, I'm just to make sure that you guys know I haven't done anything to falsify this video. I have not used the scarifiers. This is all strictly box blade, with the rear blade actually doing the bulk of the work. Now we're going to move over just a little bit, because I'm done with that left side over there. So we'll move over just a little bit. Let's see what we can accomplish. But with each pass, more and more of that light gray area disappears. And this takes several passes. I mean, don't get frustrated. I think what happens, honest to God, is most people, they buy a box blade because they go onto a tractor group on Facebook, they go on a tractor forum, and they say, I'm buying this tractor. What are some must-have implements? And what implement pops up more than just about any other? A box blade. They buy the box blade and they go right to town, and they get so frustrated because the truth is they don't know how to use it. And then they get frustrated with it. So what do? They turn back to the internet, and the internet tells them, oh, you need a land plane. Well, you don't need a land plane. You just need to learn how, I mean, whatever, man. People just want to buy a lot of implements. Well, go ahead, but I've always just learned how to work with what I have, and the first thing I did was learn how to use the box blade. Now, I didn't know a ton about box blading. But I watched people that actually know how to use one, and that helped an awful lot. because most people don't. Most videos on YouTube do not actually show you the proper way to use a box blade. And now when I backed up, I could feel it. So I was carrying a little bit of material. I mean, you're gonna carry some. You don't want it tilted back that far. So you're gonna carry some material, but you don't want a full box blade. You just want enough to be able to work it. Reincorporate the material on the driveway. Now this, as I said, I didn't add any material to this. I didn't plan on adding material this year. And depending upon how well this turns out, not even sure if I'll do it next year. A little bit of light gray right there yet, not much. Just a smidge. One more pass down this left side, and I think I'm gonna call that good for that. She's ready to roll once I get that. Yeah, she's ready to roll on that side. But if you look now, I just want to show you guys. If you look, let me get out of the road first or I get hit. Just watch the transformation of the dark gray and the light gray as it just kind of comes together all by itself. It's really an amazing tool once you learn how to actually use it properly. So you can already see the light gray is coming out of this side. So it's not hard to be successful at the end of the day with a box blade, but it does require some patience. Little by little, this parking area, like I said, is going to be a little bit more work, trying type of work, because this tractor is quite a bit bigger than the 2025 I did this with 4 years ago. So slowly getting that side feathered in. Dust is reincorporating. this will be one of those places where, like I say, you can do the same thing in reverse with the rear blade kind of being up, and then go right back forward with the same method. Because I can't get those nice straight line runs, I don't know how well I'll be able to incorporate the dust back to the surface. Oh, we'll just keep working it back and forth. I mean, that can't be said enough with a box blade. It's not a one or two pass implement. You have to just keep going patiently back and forth over it and work it in. This will look like a new driveway when you're done. That's the best part about owning equipment like this, is you don't have to put fresh material on your driveway every other year. See, what I did there is I went slightly more aggressive in the beginning to pick up some of that stone over there, and then with the stone I'm picking up dust, and then I just grade it back in the method I've been showing you guys. Bringing up a little bit of that stone dust every time. You can make those little minor adjustments like that, is where I say, you know, the top link, the hydraulic, is just so nice to have. And as I said, I wouldn't call it a must, but I would definitely call it a huge benefit, because like right there was a spot and I can make those adjustments on the fly, where if I had a manual top link and I realized, oh boy, I'm really cutting in there, see, now we're starting to get it with the dust is starting to come to the surface, and that's what you're looking for. This portion that I'm backing into right here really doesn't get a lot of vehicle traffic, So it's still actually a lot of stone. It's raining. That ain't a bad thing. Water is your friend when working with this. Is where the box blade will outshine the land plane every day of the week and twice on Sunday. If I just suddenly decided I want to move some material, I can gather it with the box blade. You can't really gather it with a land plane. This is also bringing up some more of that stone dust over there because I'm getting rid of some of the stone. Like I say, there's a lot of stone over in this section because it really gets very little vehicle traffic. So in 4 years since I've done this hasn't been packed like the other portions have. Getting some stone over here now. I guess I figured out a way to tackle this parking area with the bigger tractor. I wasn't 100% sure going into this. And see, you just raise up at the end and it kind of dumps that material out where you want it. So this is why, again, why you probably never see me buy a land plane, because to adapt like that. You know, I suddenly decided I wanted a little bit of stone over here. See, and that worked out pretty well. And this time I'll grab a little bit more. Probably make a run all the way up. All right, so we're gonna just about call this good. I'm not gonna film this, well, this part will be boring to you. I'm just gonna run back and forth over top of this driveway about 100 freaking times with the tractor. And I got a little hand raking to do right here and a little bit of hand raking right there and a little bit of hand raking right there with that last pile to make that corner shape out nice. But this is what I've been talking about. Now, if you made it this far in the video, you can see that I never ever did I really go aggressive with that front blade, I simply wanted to resurface what I would consider being resurfaced. That's all I wanted to do, was show you guys some more techniques on a driveway without using new material. Next year, I don't know, I might get just some straight up like 10 or 12 ton of like an ABC mix, which is a lot of dust and very small stone, like 1A stone, very small. And then I might just give the whole thing like 1.5 inches of that. So thanks for watching. I hope you at least got something out of this video. But this is the finished product as it stands right now. So thank you.